Dirt is the easiest block in Minecraft to obtain, right? Well, what about 10 or 20 or 1,000 blocks? That's a little bit harder. If I spawned into a fresh new world and had to collect double the dirt every day, how much is even physically possible? Could I even make it 10 days? No clue, but if I come up with a good plan and use every single second wisely, maybe we can go far. Before we start this world, let's lay down the ground rules. Number 1. Starting with 1 block on day 1, I have to have doubled that amount by the time the day counter in the top left of my screen changes over. Number 2. Any dirt mined from the previous days won't count for the future, so even if I mine 1,000,000 dirt on day 1, I still need to mine 2 dirt on day 2. Number 3. Finally, no backups in my world. If I die, I die. If I waste a day, I'll have to deal with the consequences. Okay, enough with all that. Can we start playing the game? I spawned into a forest on day 1, collecting basic tools and some food before setting out into the ocean in hopes of finding some shipwrecks for iron. Okay, that didn't go so great. Let's be more careful from now on. Yo, diamonds. Okay, that's a lot better. Full iron, food, and the basic resources to start a small base. Now, all I need is a village, and we can start making some good progress. It might kind of seem like I'm wandering around here, but I actually have a plan. Step 1, get geared. Armor isn't that important, but I want full diamond tools to speed everything up. Step 2, in order to mine all the dirt, I need efficiency 4 and a diamond shovel. The diamond shovel's done with already, so I'll just get a villager to set up for trades, and a small iron farm that I can use to get emeralds. And step 3, I'll want to explore the nether, because later on, I'll want to know my way around, and I can quickly run through the nether to mine quartz and repair my shovel. Then, finally, step 4, we mine dirt. Okay, I can make plans as much as I want, but now we gotta actually go and do this. I found the village at the end of day 2, put my items in a chest and crafted some diamond tools. Then, I moved on to villagers and animals. They weren't my number 1 priority at the second, but I wanted to trap some villagers before they were all killed by zombies, and I needed to get the sheep and cows breeding sooner rather than later, so I have easy access to beds, leather, and food. Oh, by the way, I probably won't mention mining the dirt during the first few days because it's literally like 2 blocks, but as we start having to mine more and more, I'll focus on that. My main focus right now is getting farms up and running. Stuff like sugarcane and wheat and animals, because those all take time, but once they're done can essentially run in the background. Okay, I just built this pretty big wheat farm and this sugarcane farm over last 20 minutes. It wasn't too much time and it should be really useful, but it's not fully filled in right now. I'll fill it in once I get more seeds. The reason I'm building these farms is because I'm going to need a ton of both sugarcane and wheat. Wheat to breed, well, everything, and sugarcane for books, both for lecterns and an enchanting setup. I'll probably need multiple shovels, so if I can get just 1 level 30 enchant, I can save myself a ton of emeralds and time, which is incredibly important in this world, and get an extra enchanted shovel. Now that I've finished all the basic stuff, I can finally work on my main plan. This iron farm should take 10 minutes to build, but will produce 400 iron per hour. If I trade that with villagers, I'll be able to automatically produce emeralds, rather than having to manually gather the emeralds, with sticks or something. I started building the farm on day 4, stopping to mine my 8 dirt for the day, and finished it on day 5. With the farm up and running, I spent the rest of the day constructing a larger area for villagers and putting down more beds. In the morning, I started trading with villagers to get a few key enchants. Second try? That's crazy. That's more than just insanely lucky. The biggest risk factor of this whole plan was getting mending, the only enchant in the game that requires RNG from the librarian villagers, and could have cost me hours of rerolling enchants and essentially killed the entire run. So getting mending not just early, but on my second roll was a godsend that completely turned this run around. And on top of all that, it's only 16 emeralds, so I can easily afford as many as I need. With an entire base set up only 2 hours into this world, I was in a perfect position to solidify the future of this world. My next major goal was to explore the nether, since, as I mentioned earlier, I wanted to know my way around so that I could come back later to mine quartz and repair my shovel with the XP it drops. But going into the nether comes with a whole load of dangers. First, the nether's a pretty hard place, and I kinda suck, so I'm gonna have to be extremely careful, since losing all of my gear would stop this world dead in its track. But, also, I have a major issue unique to this world. If I stay in the nether too long and miss a whole day, I won't be able to collect the dirt for the day, and I'll lose the challenge. So I'll have to be incredibly careful to get back to the overworld in time before the end of the day and not spend too much time in the nether. But the need for quartz and valuables from structures is too great, so I entered the nether at the end of day 6 after collecting the dirt for the day. With only a few close calls, I got the lay of the land and came back to the overworld just in time to collect my dirt safely and spend the next few minutes working on getting a stronger shovel. Through a stroke of pure luck, a villager sold me an efficiency 2 diamond shovel for 12 emeralds, meaning that if I bought 4 of them and combined them in an anvil, I could get a shovel that could insta-mine dirt, and it had Unbreaking 3 on it. My next goal was to go back to the nether on day 8 and explore some more. I found a bastion, looted it, nearly died, and came back with a load of strong loot. When I came back to the overworld, I realized the thing holding me back the most was emeralds. The iron farm was great, but not quite fast enough for my needs. So, on the night of day 8, I began progress on a second iron farm, trapping all the villagers and the zombie needed for the farm before the night ended. Then, I used my new efficiency 3 shovel to mine 2 stacks of dirt. With efficiency 3, a diamond shovel can mine dirt, but not grass, so although I could use it in a pinch, efficiency 4 would be much preferable. This was the point where dirt finally started becoming a time-consuming task, and on day 9 I had to mine 256 dirt, which isn't that much, but it took a few minutes out of my day and meant that the preparation stage was beginning to end. I made a slight mistake when building the second iron farm. I had to spend the entirety of day 9 finishing the farm, which wasn't a ton of time, but it was an extra 15 minutes that I missed out on. I spent most of day 10 with my villagers, taking a fairly substantial break to mine 8 stacks of dirt before stocking up on food for the next few days, since I likely wouldn't have time in the future, and mining some quartz to get enough for a level 30 enchant. Unfortunately, enchanting a shovel would have gotten Unbreaking 3, which sucks, so I opted to enchant my pickaxe instead, getting efficiency 4, which would speed up my quartz mining speed. I then burnt through the rest of my levels combining shovels until I got an efficiency 4 shovel. I then added mending and had an essentially maxed out shovel that greatly bolstered my dirt collection speed. As soon as day 11 arrived, I set off in search of a cave since I had realized I would likely need some diamonds to repair my shovels with, since XP would only work if I had enough time in the day to go to the nether and repair it. I found a small cave and got 3 diamonds pretty fast. I could have stayed for more, but I decided my time would be better spent elsewhere, those diamonds should be plenty. I mined 16 stacks of dirt and then went to the nether to repair my shovel, and also to get more levels to combine more shovels. I got 2 more efficiency 3 shovels, meaning that all that I needed was the XP to combine them and I'd have another efficiency 4 shovel. And when day 12 arrived, I went to mine 32 stacks of dirt. That's over 2,000 dirt and took about half of the day. This might seem crazy, but there's actually some skill to mining dirt, and I decided to go into Creative World where I practiced optimal dirt mining patterns, eventually settling on this 3x5 method. Once I'd mined all the dirt, I rinsed and repeated the same process as before. Go to the nether, repair my shovel, get a few levels, go back to the overworld, trade iron to villagers, buy more shovels, and combine them in an anvil. Although repetitive, it was working, as I got my second efficiency 4 shovel by the end of day 12. When the day counter ticked over to day 13, I went back to the overworld to mine 64 stacks of dirt. My first stack of stacks of dirt. With over 4,000 dirt to mine, I spent most of the day collecting dirt, and as night began to fall, I returned to the nether for the last time, obtaining my third efficiency 4 shovel before the dawn of day 14. Today is going to be the hardest day yet, because not only do I have to mine 8,000 dirt, I also need to finish with enough time left in the day in order to get 6 levels to repair my shovel. I have 3 shovels in 20 minutes, so let's get mining. So I basically just spent 15 minutes mining dirt and then 5 repairing my tools. Time to mine 256 stacks. That's like 16,000 dirt. Day 14 took about 15 minutes to get the required dirt, so theoretically, if I could mine faster and get 128 stacks in 10 minutes instead, I would be on pace for the required amount for the day. Inventory management and efficiency mining is going to be key here, but even with perfect playing, this is extremely difficult. Okay, quick check-in. I've mined a little over 128 stacks so far today, and I have like 7 minutes left in the day, so it's maybe possible, but it's going to be really close. I continued mining through the rest of the night, but 256 stacks was just too much to ask for, and by the time day 16 began, I'd only mined 146 stacks, not even close to enough to continue the challenge. In the end, I mined 28,000 dirt blocks in 5 hours of playtime. I also managed to burn through all 3 of the shovels that I prepared for the challenge. Weirdly enough, this challenge was actually really fun to do, especially the early game where every second mattered in order to get the best start to the world possible, and there were definitely some parts I could have done better, and maybe with perfect mining you could get one more day, but I doubt it. If you like these challenge runs, leave a comment or suggest a video and maybe I'll do it, and if you enjoyed the video, of course, subscribe. I've got a lot of really big videos in the works right now, so you won't want to miss them when they come out.